Hello again. We have a little correction here due to a comment I got, but it still stands firm to me what we are seeing here. We are seeing two different objects, and they are on two different points in the sky. And we have a YouTuber out there who put up a pointer on his screen, and he clearly sees that there's an object on each side of his pointer. So there are two objects giving off light. I want to say one thing, that is, we all make mistakes. I did not make a mistake because I do see two objects. And another thing is, according to the never straight answer called NASA, 80% of all known stars is a binary solar system, meaning there is a twin star going in orbit. And one of these orbits could be that we have an orbit around, let's just say this is the disk of the orbit, and then we have another sun in a elongated orbit that once in a while comes in and have a little dance with the center sun. And they're having a dance with each other. That makes our sun wobble. It also makes the other star wobble, especially when it comes in around. That can give some disturbances, and it can also give some calamities. And we have been warned by the ancient. We also been warned in the big supernatural book called the Bible that something in the sky is approaching. There's also a channel called Planet 7X, which have a very, very thorough breakdown of what's going on in our solar system, in space. But he points out here in this comment regarding sunrise and sunset. Well, we are dealing with the sunset here, so he sent me a link for the area of where the sunset is taking place. Current time right now in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, on February 25th is sunrise at 7:24 a.m. at 99 degree east, and sunset today at 7:04. Well, we are progressing into more hours on the day. Right now the daylight hours are 11 hours and 39 minutes, and we are moving towards the summer solstice, where the day is equal to each other, day and night, meaning 12 hours. So in this time frame here, you remember from yesterday that at 6:56, 26 minutes I was talking about, the other object shows up. So question is, when we progress here, which is which? Is this our sun? Because there's something mysterious about our sun. That is, our sun is bright white, like a welding torch. We cannot look at it. We could when we were children. If you are middle-aged, like I am now, you would be able to see it. 7:54 or 5:56, 5:58, and now we speak 6 o'clock. And what do we have here? Sunset at 7:04 today. So it was earlier yesterday with some minutes. I don't know how many minutes it progresses per day, but I think it's 4 to 7 minutes, something like that. It's not insane. But let's move forward. Something is setting here in the horizon. Right there. Right there. Remember, I drew a line straight down to the corner of this house. And we move forward. And now, something is setting. Gone. You get the reddish hue, which is natural, because the more atmosphere the sunlight penetrates, meaning on the long, like I'm talking about this curtain, when you're looking through the horizon, you're looking through more atmosphere. If you're looking straight up, you're looking at less atmosphere, meaning when the sunlight is going through a thicker layer of atmosphere, the color changes from blue to reddish, or it shifts from being blue to yellow, orange and red, and then the sun finally disappears below the horizon and we only see glow from it. But something's set here in this area here, and now we're talking 624, 628, 630. There is still a light going on here. You're still talking about that the reflection of this light is going straight to the corner of this building. That's beyond doubt. You can see it's pointing straight at it. Let's go forward. Now something weird is showing up here on the surface of the water. I cannot explain that. It's a perfect circle of light. And the sun has already gone down, whether it's our sun or the binary one. 54, 56. There we got it. The point has moved to the other side of the building. It's right there. So, for you who are in denial out there regarding that we have an incoming, well, one thing I can tell you, that is, our sun is not going like this. It is going in a steady arch over the sky until it sets. And you can follow that. Don't go blah 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 blah. This is not a sinus curve. It is an arch. It's not a sinus curve. So there is an object here. This could be our sun because we are approaching the moment here at 6:58, which probably were the sunset yesterday, because the sunset is now delayed with a couple of minutes because it's the next day moving towards summer solstice. We are moving towards more light hours. We are actually 21 minutes from this, what do you call it, the equal, meaning 12 hours. And today's date, since winter solstice, oh no, it progressed 1 minute and 8 seconds since yesterday. So again, 6:58, now 7 o'clock, still visible. 7:02, 7:04, gone. So one of these two is our sun. Most likely this one is our binary. Maybe that is really what we're looking at when we're looking at the sun. That's that thing. If you notice, our sun disk is also bigger. And then there's those who say out there, yeah, but if we had this scenario, then we will all be doomed already and the world will be destroyed. Well, that's not exactly how it works. There is the incoming and then there's the outgoing. The incoming is less of a brunt force, but when it's outgoing, there's a serious tug from this object on our planet, a tug of war between our sun and us and the binary star. And that depends on distance, it depends on location. Location, location, location. And right now we are noticing a still stand in the sun activity, unprecedented. according to Never Straight Answer, called NASA. They have not seen the sun so boring as it has been for a long time. What is it, 25 years in the solar exploration, that they haven't seen the lack of sunspots as they do now. Maybe that is because this sun, the other one coming in, is actually draining our sun. They are having a war with each other, gravitational war and energy war with each other at this moment. And that hurts us because that is weakening our magnetic field, it is weakening our pole. There is something that is shaking our magnetic pole on planet Earth. It's on the move, and it's moving fast, people. Very fast. I think it was something like 46 kilometers a day it is moving. And it's not moving in a direct line, it's zigzagging, it's wobbling towards Siberia. No, Canada, in that direction. And Siberia has experienced unprecedented heat in the winter months, up to 46 degrees Celsius. That's unheard of in Siberia. We're talking about an area in Russia, which is permafrost, experiencing 46 degrees Celsius. That would be, what would that be? I have no idea. 46 Fahrenheit it is. So that's extremely warm. That's above freezing. And that's not normal because we're talking about above the polar circle. So we are having a tug of war between two giants in space. They are influencing each other negatively, perhaps positively. But for our point of view, the outcome will be extreme negative. We shall be burned. We shall be pelted with rocks from space, dragged in by this binary sun. There is no escape from that. It's just part of this sequence which we are going to experience in the latter days. So you can read up in the Revelation. You can also read up from the Egyptian account when they saw this red star in the sky. There's also the Hopi prophecies talking about blue Kashina, red Kashina. And blue Kashina is dancing in the sky until it removes its mask and then it will become visible to all men. But red Kashina, that's the one we need to keep an eye on, and that is the binary. And they're giving a warning that we should wish for that it comes from the east and not coming from the west, because if it's coming from the east, the brunt of it will be less, but if it's coming from the west, we in deep trouble. Bible is clear there, we are in deep trouble. The Egyptians warned us it will come back, and they told us we will be in deep trouble. And they're speaking about a time where people are flying in the air as birds, swimming in the seas as fish, like submarines, and men dressed like women, and women dressed like men and cut their hair off, and women are the property of man, talking prostitution. They're talking about the age we're living in right now. Also in the Bible, Jesus Christ says that it will be as in the days of Noah when I return. So shall it be in the end. So back then, before the flood, people were living in a high-tech society, looking very different from ours, but still high-tech. And now we're living in a high-tech society, again, looking very different from the past, but still knowledge has increased. Knowledge was increased back then too, but in a negative way. And knowledge today is also increased in a negative way today. Very negative. So we are having something going on in the sky. So I give him absolutely right that something is going on. And with the sunset time here, compared to what we have seen here on the sky, Yeah, they're already here. There is something here on our sky. There's two suns. And this one over here pointing to the corner of this building, there, that's the binary. And this one is ours. God bless you.